Welcome back. I'm Jim Moray from Inside Edition, filling in for Jane. Now to a collision of two pop culture sex scandals. A war of words erupts between high-powered lawyers over their two famous clients, and it all boils down to what's being called the Tiger defense. TMZ reports the attorney for the man charged with an attempted sex extortion plot against David Letterman is asking a judge to toss out the charges. Gerald Shargell says the case against CBS producer Joe Haldeman is no different from the explosive Tiger Woods sex scandal. In court documents, Shargell argues that when reports about Tiger's dalliance with Rachel Uchitel surfaced, she allegedly got millions in hush money with the help of her lawyer, Gloria Allred. Shargell claims that the ladies were being, quote, capitalist, not criminal, and that Joe Haldeman was looking to sell his story to David Letterman. Meantime, that isn't sitting well with Gloria Allred. In no time, she snapped back, telling TMZ Mr. Shargell has, quote, no basis for his remarks. So, two questions. Is that a legitimate argument? And is this novel strategy even consistent with what he's saying right from the start? Randy Kessler is a divorce attorney. Do you agree with that? I mean, is this case different from the Tiger Woods case? Because I know a lot of people on the street are saying, well, gee, if Rachel Uchitel got money, what's the difference with this guy, with David Letterman? Why isn't it the same thing?
Well, it's completely different. Number one, there is no precedent. You can't tell a judge in New York, look what some people out in Los Angeles did. That won't carry any water. But number two, the woman in California had a legitimate reason to go public. This was not only an event important to Tiger Woods, this was the event in Rachel Uchitel's life. And she had a chance and an opportunity to explain it in her own words instead of letting the press report on it in their words. She gave up that right, and they reached some sort of deal. And we do that all the time with our celebrity divorce clients. We call it confidentiality orders. Both sides seem to have something to lose. In the Haldeman case, the only one that had anything to lose was David Letterman, and that's why it's extortion. When Haldeman said, listen, it doesn't matter to me whether it comes out or not, but I'm going to get some money or it's going to come out. That is what made it into extortion.
And Randy Kessler, we have about 30 seconds. What do you think about putting the victim on trial here? In this case, it would be David Letterman.
Well, I think it's a miscalculation of his legal strategy. What he should have said is extortion is intended to cause embarrassment and a loss of job, loss of career, loss of reputation to the victim. In this case, his reputation is still intact. He's still got his job. He's still making millions. Before he was saying we were trying to sell a script. Now he's changing his attitude and saying we're trying to sell a story. They don't jive. They're different strategies, and now everyone knows he's grasping at straws.
The media was, of course, totally disappointed earlier this month when Gloria Allred pulled the plug on the last minute on this scheduled news conference. Everyone thought Rachel Uchitel, seen along with Gloria Allred on video from TMZ, was going to drop a bombshell. Instead, we were left to speculate. Did Gloria get Rachel a fat seven-figure deal? Randy Kessler, as a divorce attorney, you would obviously suspect the answer is yes.
Well, I don't know that she got money for it, but there's something that she wanted, or somehow they came together. The point is, these two people had a relationship, obviously a physical relationship, but also some other sort of relationship that Haldeman and Letterman didn't have. So they have the right to enter into a contract on how to govern their affairs, how to explain their affairs publicly or privately, and they reached some sort of arrangement, whether it was money, whether it was something else, whether he was going to help her in the future. Maybe he had something negative about her that she didn't want to come out. Who knows? But they had a relationship that they resolved themselves. Haldeman had no relationship with David Letterman. It was purely for the money.
So does it sit badly with you then to even compare these two cases, Letterman and Tiger Woods?
I think it does. I think that there are times when people that have relationships, whether they're married, whether they're in a sexual relationship or other sort of relationship, they should be allowed to resolve their cases privately. And if they do so privately, good for them. They both had something to lose. They both had things that they didn't want talked about, and they didn't get talked about, at least at that time. Haldeman had nothing to lose, and that's why it's extortion. The actor in an extortion case usually has nothing to lose. The only thing he has is to gain the property he was seeking, and that was $2 million. They're different.
And Randy Kessler, Janie Weintraub, thank you both. Great panelists tonight. Thanks for joining us.